Hi everyone, my name is Haley, and today I will be teaching you on how to properly conduct a push-up. Now the push-up is a really fundamental and important strength exercise for both the chest and triceps, as well as the shoulders, lower back, and abdominal muscles. However, if done incorrectly, you really won't be benefiting much from the exercise and can actually cause strain on certain muscle groups like the shoulders, as well as your lower back. First, I will demonstrate the steps on how to properly conduct a push-up. I'm going to demonstrate 3 variations so that if you are just starting out, you can begin with the first variation and move up as your strength progresses. These variations are wall push-ups, knee push-ups, and then regular standard push-ups. If you are more advanced, there are plenty of difficult variations out there, but I won't be covering them in this video. Next, I will be going over form. Now, form is important in all types of exercise to maximize the benefits of what you're doing, as well as to avoid injury. So in this video, we are going to outline some of the most common mistakes people make while doing push-ups and then how to fix them. These common mistakes include head and neck alignment, shoulder, back, and elbow positioning, glute and core activation, and the use of range of motion in the movement. Now I know this may seem like a lot, but I will break everything down so it's easier to understand as I'm demonstrating the movements. So let's get started. Okay, so the first variation was the wall push-up, and this is best suited for those who maybe don't have the strength to perform a regular push-up, who might have upper body injuries that they aren't trying to exacerbate, or those who are just starting out with an exercise routine and just want to make sure they do the correct form. So I'm just going to do this against my wall, my door here to demonstrate for you. You're going to begin with your hands about shoulder width apart, slightly below the actual alignment with your shoulder, because when you push down, you don't want to be hunched over. So like this. You're going to put your feet about 1 inch apart or touching. It doesn't matter which. And you're going to try to keep your back as straight as possible. And just go down, break 90 degrees with your elbows, and back up. So one more time. And back up. I don't have my elbows up. I don't have them in. Just nice. They're going to be pointing slightly back, about 30 degrees. Down and back up. Okay, just like that. And once you're able to do those easily, you can progress to the next variation. Okay, so the next variation was the knee push-up. After you get more proficient with the wall push-up, you can move into these. So similarly, you're going to start with your hands about shoulder width apart on the mat, directly under your shoulders. Instead of putting your feet on the floor, you're going to put your knees on the floor like this. You can either cross your legs or leave them out like this, doesn't matter. Keep your back straight, down, back up. Again, I didn't have my back arched like this or like this. My elbows weren't in and they aren't flared out. You're going to go back about 30 degrees. So keep your back straight. And again, down, back up, down, back up. Okay, now for the last variation that I'm going to go over with you, and that is the regular standard push-up that you most commonly see. Similarly to the knee push-up, and have your hands shoulder width apart, directly under your shoulders. You're going to put your feet either right next to each other or about 1 inch or so apart, like this. You're going to keep everything aligned from your ankles to your back. You don't want to be arched like this or like this. You're going to try to keep it as straight as possible. Adjust as you need to. Go down, back up, like that, down, back up. Okay, so now that I've gone over the 3 variations, I kind of want to brush through the common mistakes that people make. The first one being head and neck alignment. So when you're conducting a push-up, you want your body to be like a plank. You want it to be as straight as possible, everything in a line. You want your spine to be all the way from your neck down to your tailbone as straight as possible. And the reason for this is so it doesn't cause strain on your lower back, your shoulders, or any other area of the spine. This is really important, especially for people with injuries, because they'll walk away from the exercise with more pain, and they're not really benefiting from the exercise. So if you're in your push-up position and you have your head down like this, and you're trying to conduct your push-up, it's automatically going to make your spine arch. And then vice versa, if you have your head up while you're trying to conduct your push-up, your whole spine's going to arch to try to compensate for that. And that's not good. The next positioning error that a lot of people make is shoulders. So when you're in your position with your hands underneath your shoulders like this, a lot of people will shrug, especially when they get fatigued. It's kind of a natural body's response to shrug and get tired. But then you're conducting your push-ups kind of like this. And it's just a lot of strain on your shoulders as well as the joints. So what you need to consciously try to do is just, say you're in a shrug position like this, you need to lower your shoulders down. Kind of helps to think about like squeezing your lower back, or your upper back, excuse me. Squeeze that upper back and it automatically kind of lowers everything down so you can conduct your push-up. The next would be the elbow positioning. And again, it's easiest to see from this position. You don't want them flared out, nor do you want them too far in. If they're too far in, you do see a lot of people that conduct this exercise. However, it's just really heavy on the triceps. To get the most out of the lift or out of the push-up, you would want the standard push-up with elbows like this, about a 30-degree angle, because then you're working your chest, your triceps, as well as your shoulders and abdominal muscles if you're doing it correctly. Okay, so then the last little bit that I want to cover is proper glute and core activation while performing the push-up, as well as range of motion. Now, these are also common mistakes that people make, and I'm going to show you how to correct them. It's actually super easy, but it does require practice before it becomes an automatic response. So let's just take a regular push-up position, like this. Now, a lot of people don't realize that you should be activating your glutes when you're performing a push-up, but it is important to keep overall postural alignment in that plank position. If you activate your glutes, squeeze those glutes, as well as squeezing your core, it will help maintain that plank position. So see right now, I'm not activating either my glutes or my core, and you can see that I am sagging. I do have back injuries, so it is something I have to consciously think about, and rewatching my video, I did realize that I had some sagging when I was doing my demonstrating. So it is something that I have to work on myself. But see the difference? When I'm not activating anything, I'm automatically going to lower. When I activate my core, you can automatically see the postural change, as well as activating glutes. And then you can automatically see that my body becomes more and more of a plank position. Okay, so the last common mistake people make is range of motion. This meaning how far down you go when you do your push-up. You see a lot of people that can go straight down to the floor. That's great, but if you're not that strong and you're working towards your push-up, that's not as feasible. But what's important to remember is breaking 90 degrees. And what I mean by that is a 90-degree angle with your elbows. So think of like a square corner. You want to break 90 degrees with your elbows. So like this, you want to go down to where it's like as close as possible to a square edge. And I'm going to demonstrate that. But what you'll see when people get tired, or if they're not conducting this properly, is they're just doing like kind of like a little dip. Okay. So when you conduct a proper push-up, breaking 90 degrees would be going at least down to here. You could go farther. But what I mean by little, when they're not doing this properly, is when they're kind of just doing something like this. Hi everyone, so that concludes my demonstration on wall push-ups, knee push-ups, and standard push-ups. You can progress through these as you're beginning your exercise routine, or if you're just trying to perfect your form. I also went through some common mistakes that people make while conducting pull-ups, as well as how to fix them. I hope this video was useful for you. You can maybe take these tips and tricks with you to the gym or to your next home workout. Thank you and have a great day.